Morning everybody. This class is heart external features. So the heart is a hollow, somewhat conical muscular organ situated in the middle mediastinum and covered by the pericardium. Measurements: apex to base it is 12 centimeters, anterior posterior diameter is 6 centimeters, widest transverse diameter is 8 to 9 centimeters on a radiograph at the end of the maximum inspiration in standing position. That means this transverse diameter is measured on the X-ray when it is taken standing position and in maximum inspiration. The transverse diameter should not be more than 1/2 of the diameter of the thorax. So it should be less than the 1/2 of the diameter of the thorax. Weight of the heart is 280 to 340 grams in adult male, 230 to 280 grams in adult female. Presenting parts: the heart presents the following part: the apex base, 3 surfaces, sternocostal, diaphragmatic and left surface, 3 borders, right and left border and inferior border. Then, so here we are showing the heart wherein how retracted the lungs on either side, as that heart is fully sealed. Actually, the lungs, the anterior wall of the lungs will be closing onto the heart, leaving a small part. The heart is exposed to the third and the last 2 pieces of the sternum, which is we are calling it as cardiac area. We will come back later. Now, the apex is a conical area. Apex is a conical area formed only by the left ventricle, directed downwards, forwards, and to the left into the fifth intercostal space, about 9 centimeters from the midline and slightly below and medial to the left nipple. Apex is separated from the anterior thoracic wall by anterior part of left lung and pleura. So left lung and pleura intervene between the apex of the heart and the thoracic wall. Apex beat is a forward thrust right in the left fifth intercostal space during ventricular systole due to the twisting of the heart by a vortex-like disposition of ventricular muscles close to the apex. That means close to the apex, the muscles, ventricular muscles are like a twisted spring, such that the force will be more on this apex. In the normal adults, the apex beat can be felt in the left fifth intercostal space, just medial to the midclavicular line, at about 7 to 9 centimeters from the mid-sternal line. So it is just medial to the midclavicular line and at about 7 to 9 centimeters from the mid-sternal line in the left fifth intercostal space. In the newborn, apex beat is usually felt in the left fourth intercostal space at or just lateral to the midclavicular line. At or lateral midclavicular. Then after about 2 years, it reaches the adult position, that is middle to the midclavicular line, 7 to 9 centimeters from the mid-sternal line, and about in the fifth intercostal. The base or posterior surface is most fixed part of the heart and somewhat quadrilateral in outline. It is directed backwards and to the right and is found only by 2 atria, 2/3 of the posterior surface of the left atrium and 1/3 of the posterior surface of the right atrium. Boundaries of base: above, the bifurcation of pulmonary trunk separated by transverse pericardial sinus. So the superior border will be bifurcation of pulmonary trunk, but in between this superior border of the heart and this pulmonary trunk, there is a transverse pericardial sinus. Then below, the posterior part of the atrioventricular groove containing coronary sinus and anastomosis of left coronary arteries. So the lower border will be the posterior part of the atrioventricular groove containing coronary sinus and anastomosis of right and left coronary artery. Right side, right border of the right atrium extending from the superior to inferior vena cava arteries. Left side, left border of the left atrium extending from the upper to the lower left pulmonary veins. So here we are showing the base of the heart, wherein we are having the left ventricle and the right. Here, this part is the left ventricle, this part is the right ventricle. That is, 2/3 of this posterior surface or base is formed by the left ventricle and 1/3 is formed by the right ventricle. And its borders are superiorly, it is bordered by the pulmonary trunk, and in between this pulmonary trunk and the heart there is the transverse sinus. Then on the right side we are having the right atrium, the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Right atrium, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. So this is the border. And then in the inferior surface we are having the left atrioventricular groove, wherein we are having the coronary sinus. Then we are having the left coronary artery and its circumflex branch. Then left border is formed by the two pulmonary veins on the left. Features: superior vena cava opens in the upper and posterior part of the right atrium. Inferior vena cava opens in the lower and posterior part of the right atrium. So, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava opens into the posterior part, the upper part, superior vena cava, the lower part, the inferior vena cava, the right atrium. 4 pulmonary veins, 2 on each side, open in the posterior surface of the left atrium. And these 6 veins are enclosed in a single tube of serous pericardium, form of inverted J. The posterior surface of the left atrium forms the anterior boundary of the oblique pericardial sinus. A shallow vertical interatrial groove may be found between the two atria, indicates the posterior attachment of the atrial septum. So here is the shallow vertical groove present between the left atrium and right atrium, which indicates the attachment of the interatrial septum. Portable nerves. In recumbent supine position, base lies opposite the bodies of the 5th to 8th thoracic vertebrae. So, in the recumbent position, the base lies opposite the bodies of the 5th to 8th thoracic vertebrae. In standing position, lies opposite to the 6th to 9th thoracic vertebrae. And relations between the base of the heart and vertebral column, the following structures are present. Base of the heart, oblique sinus, then posterior part of the fibrous pericardium. Oblique sinus is that is just behind the left atrium. Then posterior part of the fibrous pericardium. Right pair of pulmonary veins, right and left bronchi, esophagus with the plexus of nerve, descending thoracic aorta, thoracic duct, azygus and hemiazygus veins, greater and lesser flanking nerves, posterior mediastinal lymph nodes. So these are going from inward to outward. So we are having the first one is the oblique sinus, and there is the part between the two serous layers of the pericardium. Then posterior part of the fibrous pericardium, outside the serous pericardium will be fibrous pericardium. Then right pair of pulmonary veins, right and left bronchi, esophagus with plexus of nerves, descending thoracic aorta, thoracic duct, azygus and hemiazygus veins, greater and lesser flanking nerves, posterior mediastinal lymph nodes. Then clinical importance. Distended left atrium in mitral stenosis. So in the case of mitral stenosis and the outflow structure, the left atrium can be distended. So what happens in that case? It may produce difficulty in swallowing due to compression on the esophagus, that we are calling as Hartner syndrome. Clinical base of the heart is represented by a line which extends from the auscultatory area of the aortic sound in right second intercostal space to that of the pulmonary area in the left second space. So right second intercostal space to left second intercostal space is the base of the heart. Is represented by a line. right border. It is rounded and convex, formed only by the right atrium and extends from the right side of the opening of the superior vena cava to that of the inferior vena. To the right side of the opening of the superior vena cava, in which we are having the right atrium. The border separates the base from the sternocostal surface. The shallow vertical groove known as sulcus terminalis accompanies the right border, corresponds with the strata terminalis in the interior of the right atrium. So there are some muscles which are connected to terminalis, that is represented by a sulcus terminalis outside the, is a vertical groove outside the right atrium, that is present as the right side of the right border. Relations: three layers of pericardium, two serous layers and one fibrous layer of pericardium, right phrenic canal, pericardiophrenic vessels, mediastinal pleura, cardiac impression of the right lung in front of lung, and in front of the height. So here we are showing right border. See, the superior vena cava, the right border of superior vena cava, the right atrium, right border of the inferior. This forms the right border. And by the side of the right border, we are having a sulcus terminalis bodies, which is representing the chorda tendinae of the right atrium interior. Inferior border, Argo accutus, it is sharp and separates sternocostal from diaphragmatic surface. It is sharp and separates sternocostal from diaphragmatic. It extends from the opening of the inferior vena cava to the apex of the heart. The opening of the inferior vena to the apex of the heart. Left. Then the border is accompanied by marginal branch of right coronary artery and its corresponding knee. Close to the apex, it presents a notch known as incisura epicis. This for this heart. So near the apex of the heart, that we are calling incisura epicis, which gives passage to the anterior intraventricular branch, left coronary artery. So here, this is the inferior border. So this is the superior cover. Similarly, inferior cover will be inferior aspect of the from the inferior vena cava till it reaches the apex. We are calling it as the inferior border, and this inferior border is having the marginal artery, the branch of the right coronary artery, and near its apex there is a notch which we are calling as incisura epicis cordis, in which the intraventricular, in which we are seeing the anterior intraventricular artery. Left border. It is ill-defined convex border separating sternocostal from the left surface. It extends from the left auricle to the apex of the heart, with the convexity directed upwards and left. Artery is accompanied by marginal branch of the left coronary artery. So actually, this is the left border, the atrium, left atrium, left auricle are forming the left border by left auricle and the left atrium. And of course, the left marginal branch of the left coronary artery will be by this side. Sternocostal surface. Sternocostal surface directed forwards and upwards and separated from the base by the border, from the diaphragm surface by the inferior border, from the left surface by the left border. This surface is formed by the following parts. So it is having three borders: the right border, inferior border, and the left border. This surface is formed by the following parts of the heart: anterior surface of the right atrium and its auricle, part of the anterior surface of left auricle, anterior surface of ventricle, anterior surface of the left ventricle. So here we are having the anterior surface of the right atrium, its auricle, the anterior surface of the right ventricle, the anterior surface of the left atrium, and anterior surface of the left ventricle. Here, the anterior surface of the right ventricle is forming 2/3 of this anterior posterior surface, whereas the anterior surface of the left ventricle is forming one-third of this posterior and sternocostal surface. Sternocostal. Features of the sternocostal surface. The anterior part of the atrioventricular groove passes downwards and to the right between the right atrium and ventricle. The groove lodges the trunk of right coronary artery and is crossed by anterior cardiac veins. Anterior interventricular groove passes downwards parallel to the left quarter of the heart and meets the inferior quarter at the insula cordis. The groove lodges anterior interventricular branch of left coronary artery and great cardiac. The groove indicates anterior attachment of interventricular septum. So here we are having this anterior part of the atrioventricular groove, which is lying between the right atrium and right ventricle, and it is allowing the right coronary artery passing through. And anterior part of the interventricular groove, the right ventricle and left ventricle, in between the ventricles, we are having the anterior part of the interventricular groove, in which the anterior interventricular artery is passing. Also, along with it, we are seeing the great cardiac vein. The relations. It is covered by 3 layers of pericardium, posterior surface of body of the sternum, and 3rd to 6th costal cartilage of both sides. 2/3 of the heart is on left side and of the midline. So it is covered by 3 layers of pericardium, 2 serous layers and 1 fibrous pericardium. Then the posterior surface of the body of the sternum and 3rd to 6th costal cartilage of both sides, and left side heart is 2/3 of the heart is on left side. So anterior margins of the both lungs and pleura intervene between the anterior thoracic and pericardium. So we are having, first it is covered by the 3 layers of pericardium, and have to describe here the lungs and pleura next, and then we are having posterior surface of the body of the sternum and 3rd to 6th intervening. But instead you can say the pericardium first, then the lung and pleura next, then the posterior surface of the body of the sternum, 3rd to 6th costal cartilage and process. Now below the left costal, 4th costal cartilage, the pericardium comes in direct contact with the left half of the lower 2 pieces of the body of the sternum due to the cardiac notch of the left lung and deviation of the left pleural sac. While describing the anterior part of the lung, we have described this part of the anterior part of the lung that is deviating from the 4th costal cartilage, traveling laterally, and then after some time passing towards the midline and reaching a point about 5 to 6 centimeters from the midline in the 6th intercostal space, is forming the cardiac lung. And similarly, the pleura is also having same turn, a little bit less, and it is also having the cardiac lung. And the area in between the right and left pleura, the cord is exposed to the lower 2 pieces of the sternum, of course the costal cartilage near them, and this part we are having area of the cardiac dullness. That means here the pericardium is directly beneath the sternal pieces, and the right ventricle of the heart is in this area. This area of the heart and pericardium uncovered by the lung and pleura is the area of cardiac dullness. The dullness overlies the anterior surface of the right ventricle. Diaphragmatic or inferior surface. It is flat and faces downwards and backwards. It is found only by 2 ventricles, 2/3 of the left ventricle, 1/3 by the right ventricle. So the sternocostal surface is 2/3 by the right ventricle, 1/3 by the left ventricle. Whereas the diaphragmatic or inferior surface is 2/3 by the left ventricle, 1/3 by the right ventricle. It is separated from the sternocostal surface by inferior border, from the base by the posterior part of the atrioventricular groove, and from the left surface by a less defined unnamed border, which is backward continuation. So this part is the diaphragmatic surface. This is separated from the base by the posterior part of the atrioventricular groove, from the anterior posterior surface by the posterior margin. And of course from the left surface, ill-defined left margin. Border from the base by the posterior part of the atrioventricular groove, and from the left surface by less defined unnamed border, which is the backward continuation of the inferior. Then features. Posterior interventricular groove runs forwards along the surface of the surface and meets viscera episis cordis. The groove indicates the posterior attachment and septum. The structures present in the groove are posterior interventricular branch of the right coronary artery, middle cardiac vein, anastomosis of interventricular branches of left both coronary arteries. So this is the posterior interventricular groove, wherein we are having the posterior interventricular artery, of course middle cardiac vein, and this is reaching the inferior border this means the incisura episis cordis, inferior border, the incisura episis. The posterior interventricular branch of the right coronary artery, middle cardiac vein, anastomosis of the interventricular branches of both coronary. Relations. 3 layers of pericardium, central tendon and musculature of the left part of the diaphragm to which the fibrous pericardium is carried. Cardiac impressions, the liver and fundus of stomach below the diaphragm. These are the relations of the inferior surface. Diaphragmatic left surface. It is directed upwards, backwards, and to the left, formed mainly by the left ventricle and partly by the left atrium and its organ. Features: left part of the atrioventricular groove intervenes between the left auricle and ventricle, and following structures are seen: trunk of circumflex branch of left coronary artery, termination of great cardiac vein, commencement of coronary sinus. So left surface is directed upward, backward, and to the left, formed mainly by the left ventricle and partly. Okay? It is having left part of the atrioventricular groove intervening between left auricle and ventricle, and it is having the following structures: trunk and circumflex branch of the left coronary artery, termination of the great cardiac vein, commencement of the coronary sinus. So this is we are seeing the left surface. Left surface is having left ventricle and atrium. Both are separated by the left part of the atrioventricular groove, wherein we are having the great cardiac vein, coronary sinus, and the circumflex branch of the left coronary artery. Then, of course, here we are seeing same thing, but it is less clear here. Left atrium, next between these two, very near. Left circumflex. This is more clear. Left atrium, where going. Great cardiac vein. This is the circumflex branch of the left artery. Is the coronary. 3 layers of pericardium: left funicular and pericardiophrenic vessels, mediastinal pleura, cardiac compression of the left lung. These are the relations of the left. Then demarcation of atrioventricular groove. The atrioventricular groove forms a C-shaped curve and is deficient in front due to the root of the pulmonary trunk. It is subdivided into anterior and posterior parts. The anterior part consisting of right and left halves. Right part of the groove runs downwards and to the right between the right atrium and right ventricle and contains trunk of right coronary artery. Left part of the groove intervenes between the left auricle and left ventricle, largest the trunk and circumflex branch of the left coronary artery, termination of great cardiac vein and commencement of coronary sinus. Posterior part of the groove intervenes between the base and diaphragmatic surface of the heart and contains coronary sinus and anastomosis of right and left coronary artery. The meeting point of interatrial groove, posterior interventricular groove, posterior part of atrioventricular groove is known as crux of the heart. So here is here. First here we are seeing the demarcation, right atrioventricular groove, anterior interventricular groove is the right atrioventricular groove, atrium and right is the anterior groove. This is the left side, the atrioventricular groove between the left atrium and left ventricle, and this is the posterior side. Again, part of the left atrium and right atrium, and of course the left ventricular ventricle. And here, the posterior part we are having the coronary sinus, for the right coronary artery, small cardiac vein, and here in between the left atrium and left ventricle we are having the great cardiac vein and circumflex branch of the left coronary artery. Some points for observation. The heart presents the following only features: apex only found by the left ventricle, base only found by the atria, right part of only found by the atrium, diaphragmatic surface only two ventricles. So apex is found by the left ventricle, base is found by the atria, both left and right atria, right part is found by the right atrium, diaphragmatic surface is found by the ventricles, right and left. Two-third, one-third feature. Two-third of the base left atrium, one-third by the right atrium. Two-third of the diaphragmatic surface by left ventricle, one-third by the right ventricle. Two-third of the sternocostal surface right ventricle, one-third by the left ventricle. Two-third of the entire heart left of the midline, one-third of the entire heart the right of the midline. So almost this. So you have to remember characters of the anterior surface, sternocostal surface, then the base of the heart is very short. Base of the heart is formed by the major part by the left auricle, minor part by the left atrium and right atrium. And of course, the left atrium is having the four pulmonary veins. Right atrium is having the superior and inferior vein. All these four, six veins are enclosed in serous cardia. These things you have to know some. This is the right part. See here, the right part of inferior. Of course, the base of the heart, there is a third by left atrium and one third by the left atrium, four pulmonary veins. Okay, that's all. Now,